In this video, we are going to see how to write emails from subject line using Writesonic. So let's say that you have got certain subjects with which you want to write an email in your Google Sheet, and you want that every time a new row is added with a subject, then automatically with the help of Writesonic, which is an AI writer, you would be able to generate the email, and then the same email must be updated as a cell value in the same spreadsheet. How can that be done? For this, you will have to integrate the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here your trigger application will be Google Sheets, and your first action application will be Writesonic, and then again you are taking Google Sheet as your action application. Now, how can you do this yourself, integrate and automate this entire process? To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, we can see two options: sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in, and as I do that, here we have reached the all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. So as we do that, here we have reached the dashboard of this application. Again, on the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this, and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is to write Gmails. Now here my objective is that I've got certain subject lines in my Google Sheet, and with that I want to write emails. So every time a new subject line is added, automatically an email should be written using the AI software Writesonic. So I'm going to name it as write emails from subject line using Writesonic. So let's click on create. As we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now, as per this integration, my trigger application will be Google Sheets. Let's click on this. And now the trigger event here would be new or updated spreadsheet row, which means that every time a new row is added, then this workflow is going to run. And we have received here a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect and Writesonic. I'm going to copy this, and once done, we have to follow the following steps. So this is the help desk given, and now I'm going to tell you what we have to do. So I already have created a spreadsheet. The name is subject lines Writesonic, and here I have got the various titles or the subjects, and here is another column field mail content. Now I've got different titles here like request for salary hike or appreciation mail for good performance as a team lead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to extensions and then add-ons. Here I'm going to go to get add-ons. Here you can see that we have reached Google Workspace Marketplace. We are going to look for an application, Pabbly Connect webhooks. Here it is. And you can see that this particular application has already been installed on my system. So please make sure that once you install this, you have to close this window and then quickly refresh this page. This is absolutely necessary. And once we refresh this page, we are going to wait for a few seconds, then go back to extensions. And here you would be able to see Pabbly Connect webhooks. We are going to go to initial setup. So here you can see that the system has already selected the sheet, and here I'm going to paste the webhook URL that we have just copied. Now for the trigger column. So the trigger column is the final data column where the value is added, and here you can see in this particular sheet it is column A. So I'm going to write A here and click on send test. As I do that, the test data has been sent successfully, and now as I click on submit, here you can see that the configuration is all set. Let's close this, go back to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks. Here you can see that the send on event has been checked. So please make sure that as you click on this tick mark will appear right in front. This is absolutely important, otherwise your response will not be shared with Pabbly Connect. So once this is done, now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to see if we have received the response. And yes, here it is. This is the trigger column, title, spreadsheet name, spreadsheet ID. Then we have the sheet name, sheet ID and row index. Once we have received this, now what is my objective? With the help of Writesonic, which is an AI writer, I want to write an email with this title or the subject line. So I'm going to choose my action application as Writesonic. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be Writesonic like ChatGPT. So this is a chatbot like ChatGPT but with real-time data and images. Let's click on connect. Here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Writesonic account. For this I'm going to first click on add new connection, and here we have to provide the API key. To do this, first we have to log into our Writesonic account. So I already have done that. Then what we have to do is we have to go to the top right corner where we have the profile picture. As we do this, we have to go to API dashboard, and here you can see Writesonic, ChatSonic and Photosonic API. Here we have to change the status to active. And once done, this is your API key. Once we have revealed this, I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Once done, let's click on save to set up this connection. And now here we have to map the information, the text. So here you have to enter the input text. The example given here is write a program for this numbers in JavaScript. So I'm going to write an email with the subject. And now I'm going to map the name of the subject. How? You can see the previous step, and this here is the subject. So write an email with the subject request for salary hike. As I have done this, here it is asking me to enable Google result. Now you have two options, yes or no. So I'm going to go ahead with no and click on save and send test request. So as I have done that, here you can see that we have received a mail. Now why did I map this information here? So that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. If I had written the same thing manually, then every time the workflow would have run, so it would have run only for the request for salary hike. And to avoid the same, we map the information. Now once this is done, what is my objective? That the content of this mail should be updated as a cell value in Google Sheet. So I'm going to add my action step, which is again Google Sheet. So here it is. And the event here would be to update cell value. So this is here. Let's click on connect. So here again Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Google Sheets account. I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection. Let's click on save. And once this is done here, first of all we have to select the spreadsheet. This is it, subject lines, Writesonic. And as I do that, here you can see that the system has already selected the sheet since there was only one sheet. Now comes the range. Range is basically the column name and the row index. So here you can see our column name is B. So I'm going to write B, and now I'm going to map the row index by going to step 1, and this here is the row index. Once done, the value. So the value is, go to step 2, and this here is the value. Now let's click on save and send test request. So here we have received the response according to which the value should be updated in the specific cell. Let's go back to the Google Sheet, and yes, here you can see that this here is our email. This basically means that our integration is a success, but we also need to check the same in real time. How can we do that? So first of all, this is the subject, so I'm going to copy this and I'm going to delete this. I'm going to add the same here as a new row. And now what should happen? As soon as I have added this information, automatically this mail content, the entire email should be generated and should be added as a value in column B right in front of the title. And yes, here you can see we have received the same. So isn't that fantabulous? This means that our integration is up to the mark. Now I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application was Google Sheets, where the event was new or updated spreadsheet row. Then our action application was Writesonic, where the event was ChatSonic, and our final action application was Google Sheet, where we had updated the cell value. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.